Hello and welcome to my shop. My name is George and I'm coming to you from Chelsea, Quebec. Today I'm going to show you a way of using magnets to make a catch for cabinet doors. And the style I'm talking about is for cabinet doors that are fully inset. So doors that close flush with the face frame, not the kind of doors that are called overlay where the doors are lying on top of the face frame. There are lots and lots of commercially available catches, and some of them are just fantastically good. But this is a DIY kind of catch that we make from magnets. And we all know the motto of DIY, half the product at twice the price, but I did it myself. Here's the magnetic catch in place mounted on the cabinet door. And so you can see that the magnet is sitting flush with the top of the cabinet. So there's a 1/4 inch diameter hole bored into the top. Actually it's the next drill size up, so it's 9/64 of an inch in diameter. The magnet should be a little bit loose. What you don't see is a number 6 screw that's embedded below the magnet. So the diameter of the bored hole here at the top is 9/64 of an inch, but then you go on, first of all you make it a little bit deeper so that it also accommodates the head of the screw, and then bore a narrower hole that's the right diameter to accept the threading of the screw. And so the screw does two things. One is it gives you a fine adjustment so that you can turn the screw until the top of the magnet is flush with the cabinet door. So that's one thing. And the other thing that it does is it keeps the magnet in place by being attracted to it. It's not that important to have it here at the top, but the same arrangement is in the stretcher. So up here, upside down, I've got the screw up deep in the stretcher and another magnet just flush with the bottom of the stretcher. And that's what lines up with this magnet. Now, truth be told, you don't really need a screw for the magnets that are sitting in place just by gravity. But then you'd be faced with boring exactly the right depth of hole to bring the magnet flush. So I prefer to have the screw in place, and that gives me the micro adjustment so that I can raise and lower the magnet. Also, it's a good idea to have the screw for the doors, because while you're working on them, you're removing the door and putting it back in place and removing it. And if you turn the door upside down, the magnet would just fall out if there were no screw down there. So I do like to have the screw and the magnet for the doors, top and bottom. And of course the screw is important for the upper stretcher. In fact, I did not use a screw for the lower stretcher. There, the magnet is just sitting there. And since the cabinet frame won't be moved, it's fine if it's not attracted to anything. When you do want to adjust the height of the magnet, you'll be taking it out and then cranking the screw either a little bit lower or a little bit higher. How do you get the magnet out if it's attached to the screw? Well, you just bring in 1 or 2 additional magnets and haul the thing out. And when you want to put it back in, you can just shear off the other magnets. So why are we doing this with 2 magnets and sometimes 2 screws when you could get away with 1 magnet and 1 screw per catch? Well, let me show you this. So here's a magnet and a screw. I'll show it to you this way. And let's bring these things close together. And you see how the magnet is caught onto the screw head, but it's not centered. And you can slide it all around and it just doesn't find the center. But if you use two cylindrical magnets, you can try to shear them apart, but they'll keep finding their center. So let's try this again now. We'll shear it apart and let go, and it goes back to center. Shear it apart this way and it goes back to center. So by using two magnets, you'll get a lot more precision in how the cabinet doors meet, provided of course that you've carefully measured the location of the magnets in the first place. Well, I hope you found the video interesting, maybe even useful. Don't forget to make some time for yourself, your passion, and if you can share it, even better. Hey magnet, what's the square root of 64? Amazing.